Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's Top 5 Camps. I'm the tortured Norwegian grandma, and as ever, I've got some fantastic builds to show you from some of the best builders in the Fallout 76 community. Now then, the first half of this video is going to be the 5 best immersive builds of the week, and the second half is going to be the top 5 clean builds of the week. So, without further ado, let's take a look at them, shall we? In the number 5 spot this week, we have Thanatos Wolf with Sam's Scrapyard. And right off the bat, mate, I love what you've done with this place. You've used the location really well. Now, for those who are watching who have never built here before, this is technically a pre-existing location. Although not in the same format as what you're used to, you know, a pre-war house or something like that. It's actually, believe it or not, a scrapyard. So yeah, some of this junk you see him lying around is actually here already. Thanatos has just added to it. And I like how he's done it because you can't really tell, can you? I reckon that prefab trailer fits in really well with this build and all. Now, I'm not a massive fan of them, guys, of, you know, prefabs in general, but yeah, I think this one really works here. All in all, Thanatos, you've done a smashing job on this, mate. It's scrappy, it's immersive, and it blends in with the environment perfectly. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the number 5 spot. Very well deserved indeed. In the number 4 spot, we have with the Trash Raider Bridge Hideout. And again, guys, this is another fantastic use of a pre-existing location. Now, obviously, this one's a lot different. It's a bloody bridge. But much like Thanatos on his build, Yebe has made this location his own. It honestly looks like something you would find in the game, doesn't it? Hi, of course it does. Now, building in some pre-existing locations isn't easy. You know, you get clipping issues, and it's just a kick in the penis all round, let me tell you. But Yebe doesn't seem to have had any issues whatsoever. I mean, Jesus Christ, guys, he's got the prefab bloody Firewatch tower up there. Now, I would have thought that would have been quite difficult to fandangle into position, but obviously not. I mean, it's on your screen in front of you. You're looking at it. And I'm not going to lie, guys, it works really well. Aye, looks pretty decent up there. Now, decor-wise, Yebe's kept it quite simple. In my opinion, there's 2 ways you can go with immersive stuff. You can go immersive, like the world's been blown to shit and there's not much stuff I can put in my camp, or you can go down the other route of filling your camp to the rafters with trinkets. Now, of course, what type of camp you're building is going to determine your decoration style, and I think Yebe has hit the nail on the head with this one. I mean, come on, guys, at the end of the day, it's a raider's little hideout, innit? It's got to be filled with mismatched furniture and whatever crap they can find around the wasteland. Aye, I think you've gone down the right path with this one, man. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the number 4 spot. Very well deserved. In the number 3 spot this week, we have Violent Vault Girl with the Nuka Brew build, and this has been very kindly uploaded by Moonlight Cowboy, so thank you very much again, mate, for supporting the community. It's much appreciated, my friend. Now then, I think this thing's bloody ace. While it does have quite a few clean elements about it, it is immersive as well. It's quite a nice mixture. It looks like an old pre-war store that's been, I don't know, looked after. Like the original owners who had it before the war have tried to keep on top of it. That's just the vibe I'm getting anyway. Now, the structure itself is a really nice and simple design. Nothing too fancy going on with it at all. Those double doors are a nice touch. I do appreciate them. And I must say, I do appreciate your giant-sized testicles as well for actually building in this location. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. It's a fantastic location. It's lovely and flat, you know, and it's perfect for these kind of builds. But the enemies, God, the enemies around here. I shit you not, right? You've got a fissure site just up the road from this, so you've got a scorch bitch flying above you almost constantly. And to top it off, you've got a shit ton of robots behind you. So yeah, you've got Soltrons coming at you, Mr. Gutses. It's just a clusterfuck of a spot, let me tell you. But despite all of that, Vault Girls managed to keep a camp intact long enough to film this for us, so yeah. Fantastic. All in all, you've done an incredible job on this. The design fits in really well for the theme you're going for. The location is nightmare fuel, but again, it lends itself to this style of build perfectly. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the number 3 spot. In the number 2 spot this week, we have Fuzzbrain with the Harper's Ferry Cinema build, and I didn't even know you could build your camp this close to Harper's Ferry. That's intriguing. Anyway, I digress. This build is much like Vault Girls, i.e. it looks like an old pre-war building that's been kept in a livable kind of condition. Yeah, I'm really loving these kind of designs this week. It's got a proper old abandoned urbex kind of feel about it. You know what I'm saying, don't you? Nope, you probably don't, but we'll just roll with it. Exterior wise, I'm loving the design of this. That tower you've got it middle there, how it's offset, yeah, it really does suit this build down to the ground, mate. So a lot of old cinemas I see knocking around with that kind of twisty tower design. You know, it's not straight in comparison to rest at build. It just must be a design quirk of cinemas, I'm guessing. I don't know, right? What I'm trying to say in short is it what's bloody cool. It's a nice little design feature that isn't needed, but it is most welcome. Really does transform the whole look of the thing. The interior is just as good as the exterior as well, guys. Again, it's got that trying to be kept in a decent condition kind of feel about it. And I must say, my friend, you have absolutely nailed that little snack bar area there. Aye, I bloody love that. Fuzzbrain, this build was spot on. Like I say, mate, I love the kind of abandoned, neglected feel it's got about it, and I like how it matches in so well with the environment as well. Personally, mate, if I were going to build something like this, I would have thrown it in Charleston, though. Just imagine it next to that Nuka-Cola building. You know what I'm saying, don't you? Aye, I know you do. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the number 2 spot. Right then, ladies and gents, we come to the point in the video where I would usually show you this week's honourable mentions. However, I'm just going to bundle them all together and do them later on in the video. So with that being said, I think it's about time we find out who's in number 1 for the immersive builds. And you know what? I'm not going to keep you waiting any longer. This week's winner is Geisha Pup with the Atom Cat Raceway, and this has been very kindly uploaded on behalf of Geisha by Silver Bunny, so thank you very much for that. Now, the reason this thing stood out for me, guys, out of all the other builds is because it's fun, but it's also very bloody well put together. I mean, just take a look at it. It's immersive and scrappy as hell. It's got that kind of settlement vibe to it that we've been seeing quite a few people do recently, and I love it. Now, believe it or not, this is the exact same location that Thanatos used for his build, but can you see the difference on it? This is what I love about the 76 building community. 2 people could go to the exact same location and do something completely different, even in a spot such as this where the terrain and the stuff that's already there kind of dictates a path for you. All in all, Geisha, I love the design of this thing. Like I said, it looks scrappy, it's law friendly, it's immersive. You've hit the nail on the bloody head. The coolest part about this thing though, guys, is like I mentioned before, it's an actual functioning camp. It's a raceway for people in power armor. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that's a pretty ingenuitive idea. It's very bloody clever, and you don't see many people actually making the camps functional, if that makes any sense. Not in this style, at least, anyway. Overall, Geisha, I love the idea behind this. I love how you've built it. It's a really, really cool and scrappy looking camp. And yeah, all round, a really solid job on this one. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the number 1 spot. More than well deserved. And that sums it up for the top 5 immersive builds of the week. Coming up next, we've got the top 5 clean builds of the week. However, before we have a ganders at them, I'm guessing that some of you watching are thinking, you know what, I could get in the top 5. And that may very well be true. However, unless I see your builds, I don't know, do I? Fortunately, there's a simple solution to this. If you look in the description of this video, you'll see a link to my Discord. All you gotta do is click on that. Funnily enough, it'll take you over to my Discord, and from there, just submit your builds into the weekly submissions tab. It's that simple. So come on, show me what you guys can do. Anyhow, enough Discord chat, let's take a look at this week's cleanest builds. In the number 5 spot this week, we have Alex Autowax with the Mansion by the Lake. And this bloody thing screams, I'm a posh bastard, doesn't it? That White Spring set really does take that snobbiness level up to the max. I really like the layout of this build as well. It has got that manor style kind of feel about it. Personally, Alex, I would have liked to have seen some kind of central feature in the middle of it, but that's just me, and what does my opinion matter really in the broad scheme of things? Either way, my friend, you've done a spectacular job with the exterior of this thing, and then views you've got over the dried lake bed as well. Yeah, it's really reminded me of Blackpool Seafront. Now, interior wise, this thing follows the grandiose style of the exterior. Everything's clean, there's no junk lying around. You've done an half decent job on this one, mate. One thing I would like to know is why you've used floors for the upstairs. That's a genuine question, just let me know down in comments. I am rather intrigued about that. I'm guessing it's something to do with the offset stairs, but yeah, God knows. Overall, Alex, you've smashed this one, mate. I love the style of the place. I love how outlandish it is. 10 out of 10 from me. Thank you very much for entering this week. Congratulations on the number 5 spot. In number 4 this week, we have Silver Bunny with the Weekender build. And right off the bat, I love the lighting on this. Gives the whole thing a really cool effect. And the location you've chose as well. I never see anybody building here. And it's always bloody confused me because it's a really cool little body of water. Now, yeah, there is some annoying buzzy bastards in the corner and it is quite small, but it does have bloody potential. Ah yeah, Bunny, you've really done this location justice. Nice camp spots aside though, your actual structure is really nicely put together. It's only very small and yes, that's exactly what she said before any of you get me in the comments, but it's a really nice and simple, good looking build and the way you've decorated it is phenomenal. It's got a nice cozy vibe about it. All in all, Bunny, you've knocked this one out of the park. Like I said, the location is a really nice choice. The build itself is extremely well put together, and in my opinion, it is more than worthy of the number 4 spot. Thank you very much for entering this week. Coming in number 3, we have Twisted Rose with the Sweetheart Cabin. And guys, what a gorgeous little build this is. Again, it's a relatively small and simple build, but it looks really nice. I'm telling you, that stone wallpaper is properly giving it cottagey kind of vibes. I love it. I'm also a massive fan of the decor you've put outside of it as well, like that little gardeny area you've got going down there. Ah yeah, I reckon it looks fair decent that, as do the picnic tables you've got as well. Honestly, Twisted, I love what you've done with the outside of this build. You've not just focused on the structure itself, you've thrown down quite a lot of decoration in surrounding areas. It's nice to see. In my opinion though, guys, where this build really comes alive is on the inside of it. The way Twisted has decorated this is bloody phenomenal. It has a farmhousey, cottage kind of vibe about it. I know you're saying it's a cabin, Twisted, but that's the vibes I'm getting from it. Seriously, that decor really does match the theme of this build down to the bloody ground. Overall, Twisted, you've smashed this one. It looks really cute, it's really cozy, and the decor on it, like I said, next level. Thank you so much for entering this week. Congratulations on the number 3 spot. Now in the number 2 spot, we have Shameless Trouble with another trios build. However, this one's different to the ones we saw in last week's video. While the last trios that Shameless built was quite a modern and clean kind of structure inside, this one's a bloody garden, to put it simply. I mean, just take a gander at it. That's gorgeous, that, isn't it? Now, let me tell you something, guys. Making a gardeny, botanically kind of build like this, it isn't bloody easy, especially using those Wavy Willards bloody boulders. Sure, you can throw them down on the floor, but if you don't do it right and spend a bit of time on them, they look about as natural as Nicki Minaj's tits. What I'm saying is you got to spend a lot of time and put in a lot of effort to achieve this effect. Can't just spend a couple of grand on surgery and hope for best. Anyhow, I think we've done things backwards here, haven't we? We've looked at the inside before the outside. So let's take a look at this fantastic structure. Now, let me tell you guys, it is not easy putting something like this together. Trioses can be a kick in the penis, especially when you're doing this kind of shape. Put it this way, when I've done them in the past, I've just thrown up a square box and called it done, but that's because I'm not a very capable builder. Shameless, this thing's fantastic. My favourite bit about it, quite obviously, is the interior of it, but I can appreciate the amount of effort you've taken in building the actual treehouse itself. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the number 2 spot. Right then, guys, so now we come to the part of the video where I show you this week's honourable mentions. Yes, and like I said, we've got all 4 of them all bundled together in one. We've got the 2 from the immersive section and 2 from the clean section. The first honourable mention this week goes to Taylor Made with the Cliffside Settlement, and I've actually had the pleasure of seeing this one in game, and guys, it's stunning. It really does feel like a little settlement when you're in it. It's immersive as hell, and yeah, I absolutely love this one. My favourite part about it though, Taylor, is the pre-existing watchtower you've got in the middle. The way you've incorporated that into your build is bloody seamless. All in all, Taylor, this whole build is spot on. You've ticked every single box. The only thing I didn't like about it, and I'm just being honest with you here now, pal, is the supports off the edge of the cliff. I know why you put them in there, because it makes sense, but they just didn't really do it for me. But either way, it's a fantastic build regardless of my opinions on it. Thank you very much for entering, my friend. Congratulations on the immersive honourable mention. Now, our second honourable mention goes to Daehla with the dilapidated dome build. And right off the bat, I loved the interior on this thing. The amount of junk, the amount of scrap you've put down, it's awesome. You can tell you've really taken your time with the placement of it. You've not just slapped it down and gone, oh, I'm done. Honestly, 10 out of 10 on the interior. Now, the exterior, I didn't mind it. I like the idea of what you've done with the observatory kind of vibe. That is really cool. The only criticism I've got is I wish you would have broke up the white walls a little bit, made it look a little bit more... I don't know the word, but do you get what I'm trying to say? Overall, though, it's a really cool build. I like the idea behind it, and like I said, that interior is top-notch. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the second Immersive Honourable Mention. Now, our first clean Honourable Mention goes to Cash It with the soundstage build, and the editing on this was next level. I'm not going to say anything, just watch this. I can't play the music because of copyright, but it's awesome. Now, guys, how intelligent is that? It looks seamless. The way it's been done is really, really clever. Trust me when I say this, go and listen to it with the music on. It is so much better. Cash It, I love the ingenuity behind this one. I just wish there was a little bit more decor on it. However, it's a soundstage, so I get it. You can't really do much more, can you? Anyhow, thank you very much for entering this week. What a fantastic build. Congratulations on the honourable mention. Now, our last honourable mention this week goes to Moonlight Cowboy, and I love this. I love where it's been positioned. I love the amount of dedication it must have taken to get this up there. However, and this is no fault of Moonlight's, this is all down to me, because I'm splitting them into categories now, I couldn't really find which one to put this in. From the outside, it looks very immersive, very scrappy, and obviously it's been done post-war, hasn't it? However, on the inside, it's beautifully clean and amazingly well decorated, so I just don't know. Regardless of that though, mate, the build is stunning. Like I said, I really appreciate how much work it must have taken you to get it up there, and it just works. Overall, pal, you've done a cracking job on it. Thank you very much for entering this week. Congratulations on the honourable mention. Right then, so now we come to the number one spot of the clean section. And who do you think's got it this week? Well, I'm not going to keep you waiting any longer. This week's winner is Only Sai with the Overlook Modern Home Camp. And my god, mate, thank you so much for finally building an adventure mode. Anyhow, where the bloody hell do we begin with this thing? Personally, I'm getting vibes of Franklin's house off GTA 5. Do you know what I'm saying? Can you see the resemblance? Now, it's not exactly a carbon copy, but there's definitely elements. I know what I'm on about anyway. In short, the exterior of this is amazing. You know, that new White Spring set is really shining in this build. You've got things like the double stack roofs as well, which is a lovely touch. And to be honest, I really like the garden as well, how you've taken time to make that look clean. Ah yeah, every location in this build, it looks like you could eat your bloody dinner off it. Put it this way, guys, if you've come to this video for clean camps, then, well, they don't get cleaner than this, do they? So onto the interior, and much like the outside, it's clean as hell. Every single item in here has its place, and some of the merge glitches you've done and the items you've created in here are just next level. I mean, take a look at them speakers, guys. Now, I've seen them done before, but these ones are some of the cleanest I've ever laid my eyes on. They are properly well done. I will say though, just to trigger your OCD, your TV's off centre. Aside from that though, yeah, you've done a fantastic job on this interior, mate. Again, around this TV area, how you filled the shelves up with shit is a nice little touch. Same with that little kitchen area you've made there. It's very clean, it's very minimalistic, but it looks bloody awesome. Only side, you've absolutely killed it with this one, mate. Again, it's nice to see you building an adventure mode because your builds are always stunning. And I'm not going to lie to you, mate, I'm hoping to see more of them from you. Thank you very much for entering this week. Congratulations on the number one spot of the clean category. Very well deserved indeed. And thank you to everyone who entered this week. Honestly, guys, the level of building quality just keeps going up and up and up. You've all nailed it. I truly wish I could feature them all in some way. As ever, I'd like to say a massive thank you to all my channel members and Patreons. The extra support is much appreciated. If that's anything that you guys watching are interested in, there's a link down in the description, as well as links to all my other socials as well. Anyhow, I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for watching, and as we say it north, I'll love you and leave you, and I'll catch you next one. Have fun.